Darius looked like he was in a uniform, or was he practicing?
No. Darius is out here helping us coach and helping Coach Panagos with some of the younger players. As a captain, as somebody who's played a lot of football, somebody who's as respected as anybody in our program, it's always great to have him out here for the energy at practice.
Coach, how does McAvoy's play in the Wildcat prepare you for Peppers this week?
Every Wildcat package is a little bit different, but generally, what you're accounting for is a couple things. You got to account for the pass because you got guys who can throw it. McAvoy actually played some quarterback, so it's maybe a little bit more so when he's back there than other guys. But we know Jabril can throw it because we know some people he went to high school with. And certainly the two-back run from one-back sets. That's always, not to speak too technically, but that's always the challenge of the Wildcat, and that's why people do it. It's to get you to defend two-back runs with one-back sets.
You obviously toyed with it a little bit way back. Is that something you can ever see yourself implementing into your offense again?
I would say we did more than toy with it. We
course.
ran quite a bit of it with Muhammad, and Muhammad was a unique guy.
Yeah.
And we did it, I think, with Jeremy Deering as well quite a bit, and had some success with it. I would be open to it, and I don't think you ever say never in this sport. So, given the right situation with the right people, sure.
Is it dependent on personnel?
Always, always. I think anytime you game plan something specifically to put the ball in someone's hands, it's always about the person.
When you defended in practice, who do you use as your Wildcat quarterback from the scout team or whatever?
Chris Parker is back there right now as our scout team Wildcat guy.
How do you see the cornerback rotation working as they get healthier as a unit?
They'll all play. They'll all play equally. Bless will probably be the starter. We'll make that decision a little bit closer to game time. Isaiah's been starting, but Jared's going to play.
It seemed like the tight ends were more involved in the passing game early in the season. Any reason for maybe them having a reduced role?
It's not a reduced role. They're out there. There are options on every play. And I've always felt the same way about these questions about the passing game. It's really about making sure the ball is going to the receivers based on what the coverage dictates. You don't want to force a ball to a guy. You don't want to force a ball to a guy, even a guy like Leonte Carew. If he's being double covered, you don't want to force it there. The players are going to make plays. They're good players. So if we get one-on-ones, they'll get opportunities. If we get the right zone coverages, they'll get opportunities. And they're important to us.
I think the whole world saw the Michigan State ending. When you saw that ending, what ran through your mind as a coach? And then also, did you see anything, does that make you put more pressure on Michigan's punt block unit?
I think it's a very specific situation in the game, and we had the situation at Maryland last year. So you guys saw kind of what we did at the end of that. So it was a very similar situation where it's the last play, essentially, of the game. You're trying to end the game with a punt formation. We're prepared for it if we're in that situation, and we have something that we do if we're defending that situation as well.
You obviously only have so many reps during the course of a season, but when you see a play like even the Miami play, against Duke, do you show that to the team and say, look, you guys, take a look at it?
Sure. Again, another situation, and those are things that generally get practiced on Thursdays. They get practiced on Sunday nights. I think everybody's been practicing that situation since Cal Stanford years and years ago. So. There's probably not a football team in the country that's not addressing that both, on offense and on defense. But when it's game day and the play comes up, you still got to make the play. The guys still got to go out there and execute what it is. And again, I don't know how they coached it, and there's certainly enough controversy about that play. I don't need to add to it.
The other crazy ending was the Florida State Georgia Tech blocked field goal. You guys block a lot of kicks. What do you guys practice, or what are the rules in terms of pick it up, don't pick it up?
I don't know that I would give you the rules exactly, but there's certain situations where that ball's live and we want to scoop and score. You saw it with Kamoko on the block punt. We want to surround the ball with our feet and scrub our knuckles on the ground and scoop the ball up so that we get it. A lot of times you'll see a guy, if he hasn't worked on picking up a fumble enough, he'll go down there and the ball come flying out, come shooting out, and now you've got a complete scramble on your hands. So we spend a lot of time during the week and during the season, over the course of a season, teaching our guys how to do that and when to do it, when to do it for sure, because there's certain times you don't want to do it, you want to get away from it.
Is Leonte been able to do more in practice this week?
We'll send a report out. I'm not going to comment on it.
Quanzel Lemmert's role kind of increased this year. What have you seen out of him thus far?
Quanzel is a very consistent, very reliable player who's strong and physical at the point and does an excellent job for us. And now he's become a guy who's really a three-down player for us, so definitely very valuable.
Coach, you talked about getting to the quarterback on third down, especially as something the defense prides itself on. The problem is you've been struggling to get to third down, too many first downs on first and second down. How do you combat that this week? And on the flip side of the ball, how do you make sure you limit the 3 and outs on offense?
a pretty general question. This the second part of that one. You know, the answer to both questions is to execute and win one-on-ones. I mean, ultimately, that's the answer to both questions. There's no magic to it, or if anybody knew the magic, they'd all be doing it. So we've got players who can get there on defense. We've got some schemes that can get there on defense. Now we got to execute them against a good offense, and then be ready to adjust as the game goes on. Because I'm sure they'll have their counterpunches as well. And being efficient running the football helps you get first downs. Keeps the third downs manageable. And it's a challenge. I mean, this is one of the, I believe, the number 2 defense, but certainly I know one of the top 5 defenses in the country, you know, along with Wisconsin and Ohio State. So it's a tremendous challenge. We're well aware of it. And now we got to go out and execute the game plan.
Where's your confidence level with Federico?
Oh, I'm very confident in Kyle. Yeah, I'm very confident. I'm disappointed he didn't make that kick last week, but that doesn't stop or deter my confidence in him. He's made too many kicks for us over the years. Thank you.